this Gospel reading from Luke, we encounter a rather odd parable from Jesus, the story of the dishonest manager. This manager has failed in his role, having mismanaged his master's property. But instead of panicking at the thought of losing his position, he quickly takes action. He goes to those who owe his master and reduces their debts. He hopes that by doing so, they might return the favor whenever he's in need. This is an interesting parable. The manager isn't praised for his dishonesty. Rather, he's praised for his shrewdness, his quick thinking, and his creative, urgent response to a crisis. We too are living in a time of crisis. The earth is under pressure. The climate is changing rapidly. Consumerism is at a high, and the gap between rich and poor continues to widen. This moment calls not only for urgency, but for urgency rooted in wisdom and faithfulness. During this season of creation, this gospel invites us to reflect on what we do with what we've been given. The manager didn't own the resources. He was entrusted with them. And so are we. We have been entrusted with time, money, relationships, talents, and most importantly, creation itself. As stewards, if we are to seek peace with creation, we must begin by recognizing that the earth is not ours to exploit, but to care for. I've had the privilege of attending the last two World Youth Day gatherings in Lisbon in 2023 and in Panama City in 2019. While each experience was filled with unforgettable moments, what stood out most to me was the beautiful communal sharing among the pilgrims. Whether it was walking 2 hours together instead of taking a taxi, sharing snacks or water, or even sharing a sleeping bag, or setting aside extra food for shelters for families in need. These small acts spoke volumes. These small acts embodied the kind of witness that Pope Francis encouraged in us as young adults for many years. In his most recent message for this season of creation, Pope Francis reminded us that the earth is entrusted to our care, yet continues to belong to God. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the scale of the climate crisis. We might feel powerless, but Jesus reminds us in this Sunday's gospel, whoever is faithful in very little will be faithful in much. That means that our small actions matter. Choosing to reduce waste, walking or biking instead of driving, supporting local or sustainable businesses, educating ourselves or advocating for policies that protect the vulnerable and our planet. These small steps become acts of love. These small steps are ways that we serve God by serving others, especially the poor, the voiceless, and the earth itself. The Passionist Charism calls us to remember the Passion of Christ not only as a past event, but as a present reality. Christ is crucified today in those who suffer, and creation is among the crucified. The cry of the earth is the cry of the crucified, and it calls us to respond with compassion, love, and courage. In this gospel, Jesus ends with a stark truth. You cannot serve both God and wealth. We must choose between serving systems of greed and destruction or serving the God of life who calls us to live differently. So we ask, what has been entrusted to you? What small action can we take this week in our homes, our parishes, our daily lives to live more in harmony with creation? This parable reminds us that we are not owners, we are stewards. And what we do with what we've been given, especially now, tells the truth about whom we serve. May we, like the manager, act with wisdom. But unlike him, may we do so with integrity, urgency, and love for all creation. During this season of creation, may the Spirit fill us with joy to be faithful stewards. Fill us with the clarity to act wisely and boldly, and fill us with love to seek peace with creation, not someday, but today. And may the passion of Jesus Christ, who suffered to bring healing to the world, inspire us to be better stewards of this earth as we foster peace in our world.